Hey guys, welcome back to my new series, How to Climb Out of Gold. Dylan from lolcoach.academy. If this is your first video, welcome. If it is and you're interested in looking at more videos, please just hit up my YouTube channel after this game. I've got a kind of How to Climb Out of Silver series, about 4 games there, and then I actually get into gold a bit earlier than expected. So the YouTube series is now kind of changed to How to Climb Out of Gold. So playing Rumble mid this game, I think I'm versing a Mordekaiser, but it could be the GP. Just going to quickly show you my runes before we go into loading screen. The typical Arcane Comet, Nimbus Cloak, Celerity, Scorch. Then I've gone Cheap Shot because it goes really well with your E, and Ravenous Hunter because I think that's one of the most kind of undervalued keystone runes you can go at the moment is Ravenous Hunter. In an average 25 to 30 minute game, I'm probably going to stack about 2 to 2.5k healing just over that one rune, which I think is incredible when you think about it. Obviously, the Ultimate Hunter one, the Relentless Hunter, and then the Ultimate Hunter are good as well. The one that increases movement speed and then the one that increases your ult cooldown. However, I'm just really liking this one, particularly for sustain and particularly for an AoE damage dealer such as Rumble. You can actually end up healing, 100 to 400 HP per team fight, particularly post 25-30 minutes into the game. So it's really fun. I recommend you try it. It's really good. You'll notice a big difference in kind of your survivability in team fights, but also your ability to kind of heal up on creeps and stuff like that. So I am versing the GP, so that's going to be an interesting one. He's going to get a lot of Klepto procs off on me, but he doesn't really have any kill potential on me, so I'm not too worried. Except for when Warwick comes, then they have quite a good kill potential. Top lane, it's going to be an interesting one. Malphite versus Mordekaiser. Not too sure how that one is going to go, but will be interesting to find out. So, when you play Rumble mid, you can do some kind of cheesy stuff. And so, you could go, say, a Dark Seal, and then refillable. Or you could go a Cloth Armor, plus 4 health pots. So I'm going to go the Dark Seal because I'm pretty confident that I might be able to get an early kill or two and start stacking that up efficiently. I'm not going to build it into Magi's, but I am just going to get it there because it's a really gold efficient item if you can get the stacks on it. So here we go. Hopefully if Lux hits a Q here, we're going to get a kill. There we go, I hit mine at least. This should be good. Yep. Hopefully my team does a bit of work. There we go, first blood. So awesome, first blood on me. I'm actually going to back. I'm going to buy and then go back in the lane. So I'm probably going to buy boots. I'm just going to buy boots and a control ward. Then I'm going to TP back in the lane because I'm not too concerned that GP is going to push me out of lane this game. While he can poke me down a lot, I am just going to get my W up so I can just kind of face tank a lot of his damage. Missed my first 2 E's. Notice how I'm respecting him. Letting him kind of get that auto attack. I almost got all 3 CS, which was pretty good of me. Just poke him down. Notice how much damage my E's doing to him. And that's kind of my whole strategy this game. I'm going to get W probably level 2 and just tank those Qs that he hits off. There we go. He's a little bit worried. Perfect. So, playing hyper aggressive here. Which is something you probably don't see by Rumble players, but I kind of know that this GP isn't really respecting me, so I'm going to punish him for it. A bit late on the shield there, but that is the intention of what I'm doing when I go the shield. So there, just another little poke with my W up. Just trying to focus on CS at the moment. Rumble's having a bit of hard time. Rumble's wave clear, particularly his first clear, is notoriously quite bad, so not too worried about that. Going to try and bait out this barrel here on GP. However, he's looking like he's kind of holding it off. Warded here. I just like to ping wards. Shame I missed the catapult there. That's a lot of gold, particularly in the early game. Gonna miss that as well. Just looking to clean these up now. There we go. Should be able to get the kill here. Oh, that's unlucky. So really well played by the GP there to flash out of that, and really well played by the Warwick. I'm going to ping both flashes there. I could have actually flashed earlier there to secure that kill. However, I definitely wasn't expecting the Warwick to flash over there. So, got outplayed by a pretty crazy play actually. So, a little bit annoyed about that, but not too concerned. Notice I'm not getting tilted or anything. Interesting to see that the GP's actually staying. I'm just going to let Mundo know that he's got no flash. And so this is a free kill now. No, never mind. Never mind, it's not a free kill. I thought Mundo was coming straight away. He decided not to, which is fine. But we end up not getting the kill. I could have risked burning my flash there and going for a kill. And I probably could have ended up getting it. However, the wave is kind of in a nice spot at the moment. So I am just going to kind of try and hold it here as best as possible. Missing a lot of CS here. Tips on how not to miss CS. Go watch another video. Just kidding. I'm going to rotate bot here. Hopefully she can somehow survive this, as I am going to rotate. Bit of a shame there. Hopefully I can get the kill here. So, pretty crazy roam, right? But it's going to get me the kill. So, you know, it's a good use of time. You know, mid lane, my lane was pushed into turrets, so I didn't really have anything I could do. I am also going to pick up the Rift, the Scuttle, because I am trying to make as much influence as I can, take as much influence as I can on the map, because I believe I am a better player than this, you know, entire game. So what I'm going to do is try and influence the map as much as possible. So whether that's through crazy, or not crazy, but random roams such as that, where, you know, you roam mid as a level 5 mid laner. And there we go, free kill. I can actually kill this Warwick here if he stays. I did flash because I was concerned about how many creeps, and I was actually a little bit panicked there because it felt like deja vu there from that last kind of bait or gank where I got played. So now I'm going to look to go top with my ult. I'm going to ping that I'm on my way, and I'm going to rotate up here because I think this is the more likely route. Shame, I think I may be warded, so I'm just going to back here. Again, I'm not losing anything. There we go, we should get this off. Now what I'm going to do, as Mordekaiser, you can actually see where he is. So, I'm not too concerned about what's going to happen here. Perfect. And as you can see, my lane is still in a perfect position. GP has decided, I don't know if he's decided to roam top, so I'm not too sure why he's done that. I'm sure he has his reasoning, but a really weird play by him because now I don't actually get punished for my roam. He might have flash up, so I'm not going to call the flash. I'm just going to kind of give him a good luck, have fun. He should be able to get that. That's perfect. So, really good for my lane now. I could TP there, but a little bit risky there. I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off. So, good little pickup from me there to get Dark Seal. I can rotate on that, so not too concerned about all the pings. I'm also stacking up my Ravenous Hunter by roaming all the time into all these other lanes. Notice I tried to proc the dragon there. Not too concerned about GP's damage at this point. We might even be able to get that now, so... I'm clearly out-damaging this GP, so... he's in a bit of trouble now in this lane. I could be using my W now to kind of tank a bit more of his stuff, but I'm not too concerned as my Ravenous Hunter is now actually healing. I've already healed 420 in the first 9 minutes of this game. I've pinged it, I'm rotating, so if Mundo can somehow just survive a little bit longer, perfect. There we go, we should be able to get this one. Sorry, my girlfriend's calling. Hey, Sky. I'm recording a YouTube video. Say hi.
Oh, sorry. Hi.
What's up?
Did you cook dinner?
No. Why? Not yet.
My friends are getting food and.
Oh yeah, get food. Yeah, go for it, girl.
Have you eaten?
Yeah, I had like a snack.
You gonna have another snack later then?
Yeah.
So I'll just eat with you.
Oh, okay, well you can eat with your friendies, with your colleagues. I don't mind.
Have fun on YouTube video.
All right, see ya.
Okay, bye.
So, sorry about that, guys. When your girlfriend calls, I guess you got to answer, you know what I mean? Here we go. So, I'm zoning him, notice, with that R, not necessarily trying to get the damage. Hopefully, yeah, I'm in a bit of trouble here. Look at my healing, though, from Ravenous Hunter. So, I probably healed about only 500 in that fight, but it kind of kept me alive there to get my team, you know, it allowed my team to get there in time for me. So, I'm just going to say well played Lux there. It was a team effort, but really well played overall by my entire team to kind of back me up there, which I was kind of really happy about. Again, I think a lot of my YouTube videos, I'm kind of getting good teammates. So, you know, I don't know. I'm feeling like I know the kind of meme that, you know, silver, gold, bronze, it's all kind of hard stuck and you always get troll players. But I'm kind of lucky to have so many of my games, at least so far, hopefully I'm not jinxing it, to have gotten good players on my team. But also, like, you know, semi-decent opponents. This GP is an exception. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. I'm just running at him now. And literally one combo, I take him out of the map. So I'm going to go bot now. I really should have rotated. I didn't realize Jinx was actually going to come. So that's fine. I am going to let the support Nota go mid. Go mid. Support 80 carry. Because I don't need the support. I've got plenty, you know, I'm 6-1, I've got levels, I really don't need help. But again, I am going to rotate. Hopefully Lux gets the idea and we can kind of turret dive this. Now again, I'm probably going to be using my ult as a zoning tool. And as you can see, there we go, we get the perfect turret dive off. Not the perfect turret dive, but you kind of get the idea. Now, I'm going to look to catch Kate here because she is pathing. Oh, I thought she was pathing here. That's annoying. Now I'm in a bit of trouble here. Never mind, I'm okay. So well played by me, but at this point this game's kind of out of control. I've gotten a really nice lead. I've kind of pushed it. I got punished once in the early game, but notice how I didn't let that kind of tilt me or affect kind of my gameplay. I am going to rotate and try and help here because I do believe we can actually save her. I am going to try and rotate away. Unlucky there. My W was up in about, zero point 0.5 seconds. But notice how I kind of played that team fight. I definitely couldn't have stayed in there for the whole duration of that fight, but I could kind of skirmish, and so I kind of decided to come up here, stay away from GP as long as possible, but also stay away from them as long as possible so they get distracted and aim the Mundo, and then I can come in and do all my DPS and then kind of try and get out. So while I am playing super aggressively, I am actually going to buy Zhonya's, so, my aggressiveness is kind of, or can be, remedied a bit, if I say overextend too much. I can do the classic Rumble Q into Zhonya's, so you're still dealing damage while remaining invulnerable, which is a super little cool perk that I like, particularly something that I like on Rumble. I think he's a really strong champion at the moment, but I also think a lot of people don't know how to play against him, and he does particularly well into almost every melee matchup, maybe besides, let's say, a Mordekaiser, for example. Oh, well played by the Warwick there. I should have actually picked that up, that he was going to be doing that, given that his team rotated, and then they kind of gave it up. So notice their entire team is pretty much top lane, so I'm just going to ping that I'm on my way to get this turret. I should be able to get it no problem. I am going to have to get out now, because Warwick is around. Oh no, never mind. So, well played by Mundo there. I think that was a bit unnecessary, but gonna let him have it. I go overload here, overheat, I think it is. Yeah, I became overheated just so I could get the extra damage bonus that comes with that, just to kill that turret a little bit quicker. Not too worried here. He's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, not the best play there by the Alistair. And so that little one play, Warwick decides to go top instead of coming bot. If he decided to come bot, we definitely wouldn't have been able to get this inhib. We got to clear this. Oh, geez, I'm in trouble now. Bad play by there. I got a bit distracted by my own commentary, but you kind of got the idea. If Warwick had after doing Dragon, after doing Cloud Dragon, instead of him running mid and then to top lane, which I'm not too sure why he did, if he just came bot, helped his Caitlyn out, we never would have got this turret, and we never would have got that turret. So it's funny that how one kind of simple decision your enemy or your team or yourself makes kind of has such a big impact on, the next, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the game that can end up making the game, go from, maybe we can win this game to we've pretty much got no hope in winning this game now, because they've got a Nexus turret, they've got an inhib turret at 16 minutes. So, what are you going to do about that? It's generally very hard to come back. Obviously, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means they're going to have a very hard time coming back in this one. And it's very, emotionally distressing when you've already lost a inhib turret at 17 minutes. It's kind of quite annoying. I'm just going to ping I have TP in 15 seconds. Team isn't going to listen to that. They're still going to engage. They're probably going to get away with it. But I am just letting them know that I am bot lane. I do have TP, so I can come, but, I'm definitely not going to rotate all the way up to top. Yes, all the way up to top, sorry. So again, look at my Ravenous Hunter, already at 2.1k. Caitlyn knows her combos. It doesn't do anything to me though, so a little bit of a shame for the Caitlyn. She's actually played this one quite well. I should have Zhonya'd that one. Been outplayed there, so Caitlyn does know her stuff, got outplayed, was a bit too arrogant there. good example of how being arrogant can, you can get punished even when you're super far ahead. My team now is actually going to suffer for my mistake. So it's funny, how I was talking about the Warwick going top. He actually almost learnt from his mistake, came bot, and now my team's having a lot harder of a time pushing here than they would if I had just, not inted there pretty much. Because that's what that was. That was an int. There was no real strategic objective there. I was trying to kill Caitlyn, but I was willing to burn my flash for it. She's not actually worth the gold that I'm worth at the moment. So not the smartest play by me. I'm going to TP onto this creep here. A little known tip that if you TP onto a creep while it's being attacked by... while it's being attacked by turret, it becomes invulnerable. So GG, easy 20-minute game. Even had a call from a girlfriend and was still able to kind of keep calm. That's something I sometimes, kind of get distracted with or kind of get tilted off. If someone asks you a question mid-game, you get angry, whether it's, your parents or someone else asking, what are you doing? They kind of just don't understand that you're playing a game, but you really don't need to get angry at that. You just need to kind of understand that, get yourself out of, a busy situation, answer the question, because real life's more important than League of Legends. We all know that. While, in the heat of the moment, it might feel like this game's more important than your mum asking you a question or your girlfriend calling you. It's really important, just to understand and keep it in perspective all the time that League of Legends is just a game at the end of the day. You'll have hundreds of these games, but you never kind of know what your family's going to be, if you lose a friend, if you lose a girlfriend. I know this is getting a bit deep. I didn't mean it to get this deep, but I was just kind of trying to prove my point a bit more about, not getting angry at people when they kind of try to talk to you during their game, because generally they just don't understand that it's a live game, it can't be paused. And they're really just asking you something. They're not doing it to kind of annoy you or on purpose to kind of distract you from the game. They're really just trying to ask you a genuine question. So I'm going to rotate up here. My team should be okay. Oh, nice little flash there. I'm going to back. That was a really bad ult by me. I think I got too wound up in my own little, not reminiscing, but tip of, always answering the phone and always talking to your parents during game. But yeah. So right now we're going to do Baron. I mean, this game's pretty much over. I'm not going to start hard inting or trying to suicide push, but at this stage, we pretty much just have to close out the game. Baron's a formality. Top lane's a formality. We could really just group mid and end. Having said that, however, we haven't really had a genuine 5v5, so... We haven't actually had a genuine 5v5, so it could be interesting to see what happens. So we're going to go with the formality end, which I personally like the most. When you're this far ahead... Oh, never mind, my team's ignored it. So here we go. They're just distracting us, which is fine. While the team ends, again, this is like, I'm trying not to hard int, but I almost am hard inting here. My team's actually in trouble now, so this little distraction they did actually worked out really well here. Gonna try, yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah. So we get the win in the end. But you can see there, I even lost, concentration there while, it could have been from the call or whatever. It was also from me kind of getting a bit cocky, knowing the game was over. And when you immediately get into that mindset, you kind of start understanding, or start thinking, okay, this game's over. I can kind of do what I want. instead of kind of going with that mentality and doing kind of what I did there, start trying to limit tests, start trying to do some like not risky plays or inting plays, but try and go, okay, I've always wanted to try this on Rumble, or I've always wanted to do this kind of flash kick on Lee Sin or whatever. Try and do that, play around with it in these kind of games, particularly at the end, because it's a really good in-game scenario to practice that kind of stuff. But make sure you're not inting the game or throwing the game. I mean, their Mordekaiser there, while he wasn't, incredibly fed, he was 4-4 and kind of almost had the potential to 1v1 a few of our champions. So we were in a bit of trouble there, say, if they were able to carry the game. I always forget to honor people because I'm always talking. But they were, they could have been able to somehow bring a comeback with the Mordekaiser, but, I wasn't too worried about that. So good damage by my team. Clearly, Rumble's always going to do the most damage. Pretty much almost, his two main damage abilities are AoE. Look at my healing. Like, this is what I was talking about with Ravenous Hunter. So Ravenous Hunter is insane, In just a 22-minute game, I had healing of 3.3k. Now, obviously, it's an anomaly. I went 7-4, 10, got a quite good early game. But insane little idea there, compared to, Arcane Comet damage or Cheap Shot damage, I've healed so much more than any of the kind of runes that I've done damage output with, is quite kind of interesting to note, and I think a lot of people don't value Ravenous Hunter. So next game, pick it up on champions like Rumble, mid laners, top laners, sometimes junglers, never really AD carries or supports. So I hope you found this a good episode. I learned a little bit about it. I get a little bit cocky. I learned that about myself. I get a little bit cocky, start getting distracted in the game and start making some poor choices. While it doesn't change the outcome of the game, it does slow it down. And particularly if you're trying to play like 5 or 6 games in a day, you really don't want to be wasting that, extra 5 minutes where you're wasting time because you're distracted, not thinking correctly. But it can also be a good time to kind of de-stress and, just relax a bit, particularly when you've been playing all day. That kind of 5 minutes of having a bit of fun when you're ahead can also be a really good kind of remedial tool and good way to reset your mentality. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, put the bell on so you get notifications whenever I post a video, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolcoach.academy. Check out my website, lolcoach.academy, for tips, meta, how to play the game, how to win the game, memes, what the latest trends are, where the future's going, and more content from myself, Dylan. So, hope you guys have a good day.